One of the most flexible and useful sensors out there is the beloved optical level sensor. Capable of detecting when a liquid like water has touched it or stopped touching it, the optical level sensor has found itself a myriad of uses for our aquariums. Some are quite obvious and others quite ingenious. So let's take a look at all of the ways these tiny little sensors can help us become more successful reefers. By using these sensors, you can keep track of not only the level of water, but also the level of various other liquids that are important for your reef, which can be hugely helpful. By detecting when a liquid is too high or too low, we can make sure we know when our aquarium needs our attention. The most common place that we see these sensors is on our auto top-off systems, which monitor the level of water in the sump or display and activate a pump to add fresh water when it gets too low. But adding remote optical level sensors that are connected to an apex unlocks a world of liquid level monitoring that goes well beyond your sump's return section. How an optical level sensor actually works is very simple. You can use remote optical level sensors to monitor the water level in your ATO reservoir so it can send you a notification before it runs completely dry. You can do the same with dosing reservoirs so you're never completely out of the essentials like 2-part. You can add them to your sump higher up to let you know if the water level ever gets too high, like when your return pump stops running or if your ATO fails on, and even have that sensor automatically tell Apex to turn off that equipment. But uses for optical level sensors also goes well beyond that. You can use them inside your display tank above the water line to let you know if your tank is ever overfilling from an algae-covered overflow weir or blocked drain. You can set up automated water changes with added redundancy to make sure things are running perfectly with minimal risk. You can use them in conjunction with a solenoid valve to have your RODI filter automatically fill your ATO reservoir while also minimizing TDS creep. You can add one to your skimmer cup to shut down your skimmer in the event that the cup fills up without you noticing, so you don't end up with a mess of skimmate ending up back in the sump. And if you want to use them for those more advanced setups, hang tight, because I got you covered. But before we go diving into the techie stuff, let's look at the basic setup for an optical level sensor. In order to connect your optical level sensor to your Apex, you'll need an FMM module. Connect the FMM to your Apex with an Aquabus cable, then you can plug in your optical level sensors into the FMM. When you open up the Fusion app, the sensor will show up right on your dashboard and will be named SWX with a number and an underscore and another number, which indicates what port it's plugged into on the FMM. You can click on the cogwheel icon and scroll to the bottom to rename it if you'd like to call it something a little bit more intuitive. If you do change the name, make sure to save the changes by clicking on the upload icon at the top. Then go back to your dashboard and scroll down to the email alarm virtual outlet and click the cogwheel. Scroll down to the configuration field and type in this simple code. If it's being used as a low-level sensor that is detecting when water has dropped too far, use the word open. And if it's going to be a high-level sensor that detects when water has gotten too high, use the word closed. Then click the upload icon to save your settings and you'll receive a notification whenever that sensor is tripped. But if you're like me and you want to take it one step further and have an audible and visual alarm right at the aquarium, you can also pick up an alarm from Adaptive Reef that plugs directly into one of the 24-volt accessory ports on your EB832 energy bar. Then on the Fusion dashboard, you can click on the triple cogwheel icon to reveal the hidden icons, then click on the flowchart icon, click on EB832, then click on the cogwheel on link A or link B depending on which of the 24-volt ports you've plugged the alarm into. Scroll down at the bottom where the configuration field is and enter in this code. I'll also leave a link to the code in the description below as well, so you can just copy and paste it. Once you're finished, scroll back up to the top and click the upload icon, and from then on, anytime a sensor is tripped, your Adaptive Reef alarm will beep and flash to immediately draw your attention even if your phone isn't in your pocket. As promised, for those who want to use their optical level sensors for more advanced uses like automatic water changes or skimmer cup monitoring, we walk you through how to set them up in this Master Your Apex playlist right here.